Episode 5 of Black Mirror Season 7 follows Philip Conathy, a recluse and recovering alcoholic. One day he gets a call that his ex, Carol Hartman, has passed away, and her daughter Kelly wants his memories for an immersive eulogy. He's given a disc with an AI guide who will help curate his memories of her. However, it has been a long time and he can't actually remember Carol's face. The guide suggests uploading photos and enhancing them to jog his memory, and although he has 3 Polaroids, Carol's face is not seen in them. The guide notices an engagement ring, and it turns out Philip never knew that she was engaged to someone else before they got together. The walk down memory lane turns bitter as he brings out more photos. But Carol's face has been cut out as they had a bad breakup. They were together for 3 years and one day she just walked away. He became an alcoholic and it took him 15 years to recover. As they go through the cutout photos as memories, the guide observes that Philip wasn't exactly the perfect boyfriend either. Carol loved the cello, but he made her play the keyboard in their band to fit their sound. Photos of a Halloween party show Carol sitting with a man in a Beetlejuice costume. A jealous Philip had cozied up to his co-worker, Emma, and the couple had ended up fighting about it. It doesn't help that a guide points out that Carol is turning away from Beetlejuice and is never again seen with him in the rest of the photos. Philip doesn't think much of it though and simply recalls the aftermath. Carol had failed the Philharmonica audition but ended up joining West End's Phantom of the Opera as a cellist. The guide notes that Philip feels bitter that Carol left for London without considering what it would do to their relationship. The next photo shows Emma taking a snap of a drunk Philip on his birthday. That moment is the beginning of the end as Carol calls and Emma picks up. Older Philip reveals that he was drunk and lonely and had ended up sleeping with Emma. He blamed Carol and they got into a nasty fight over the phone. The next photo shows a fancy London restaurant. As they enhance it, we learn that Philip decided to fly to London and propose. He books a suite and even sees the musical for Carol. At dinner though, she doesn't drink or eat. This makes Philip nervous, but he proposes anyway. She freezes, but this just makes him angsty and he causes a scene. She runs off and he is humiliated. Unable to stand his pity party, the guide lashes out at him for being selfish and failing to see Carol's predicament. Finally, the guide reveals that she is Kelly's AI and knows what actually went down. That night, Carol was pregnant and she was scared. To get revenge on Philip, Carol had a one-night stand with Brian. It never meant anything and Brian only saw Kelly a couple of times. Philip feels guilty, but he is still angry that Carol never contacted him again. Kelly insists that she did, but he never got any letter. Suddenly, he spots one undeveloped photo. Once they enhance it, it just shows a drunk Philip taking a photo of the London suite after they trashed it. Kelly spots Carol's letter here, strewn among other things. He cries as he tries to pick it up, but since he doesn't know the contents, he cannot see it. Kelly helps him retrace his steps though, and he finally finds the letter among the photos and London pamphlets. A flashback shows Carol writing the letter. She still loves Philip and is afraid of being pregnant. She wants to keep the child and make it work with him. She asks him to meet her after her next show, and if he doesn't, it means he has passed on. Of course, having missed the letter, he never shows up. At present, Philip looks devastated, but decides to finally give the eulogy a real effort. He plays a tape that has a song that Carol had written just for him. The music finally jogs his memory and he sees her playing it. He goes to the funeral and sees the real Kelly play the cello. Looks like the memory made it into the eulogy as Kelly is playing the same piece. She sees him and smiles. And at the end of the episode, we see the very face of Carol. In the memory, she smiles at Philip and he smiles back. So although Hotel Reverie is arguably the best episode of this season, episode 5 definitely gives it a run for its money, and it looks like it will share the mantelpiece as being the best episode of this season. Paul Giamatti takes on a challenge as Eulogy is basically a one-man show, with Philip doing his best to remember a tragic relationship that has affected his entire life. While he starts off with fond memories, his composure unravels as he only seems to remember the moments he was wronged. By introducing Kelly, it increases the suspense as we start wondering if he should completely trust Philip's narration. This chapter could have taken the easy way out by fully recreating the memories into a video montage or short segments for viewers to stay hooked. But no, it follows the exact concept of the technology introduced by just enhancing the photos. The rest falls on Giamatti's acting, who has to describe every memory and every moment. This makes the chapter very dialogue heavy, but it's certainly not a reason to grumble. Kelly's AI dropping that plot twist keeps us seated until the end of the episode, but it's Philip, the unreliable narrator, who's the real star of the show here. In fact, it could have worked as a perfect finale to season 7, but quibbles aside, this is still a very good episode. Thanks for watching, and do let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Smash a like or subscribe to the channel, your support is very much appreciated. I'm Greg Wheeler, and from all of us over here at The Review Geek, we'll see you on the next video.